So we're back on Rem's Cloud Lounge podcast, right?
Yeah.
Back part 2. We got Dom busy. You know what I'm saying?
What up, y'all?
Holyoke native, creative. You know what I'm saying? Favela wear.
We had to come back. We had to make sure there was much more to unpack, much more to speak on, and things of that nature. You know, as we let nature take its course, we're going to represent.
Facts.
New week, new energy, more stories. Don busy.
Word. I just, I was telling Flo, this crazy story that, kind of happened between when I went away and how it was a full circle moment after I got out. So when I was away, we were out in rec, and these guys found a caterpillar. It was like a green, big old caterpillar, and they wanted to take it inside and fucking play with it, I guess. So these guys decided to try to take it inside. I tell them, hey, just leave it outside, bro. That's where it belongs. You know, it belongs outside. Leave it outside. More than likely, it'll pass away if you bring it inside. You know, it'll die. So a couple days later, I come out and see a big butterfly, like right on top of the roses that they had when we went out to rec. So then fast forward, I'm trying to get inspiration, like to try to do this new playlist and do a cover for it. And
that's right, because you be doing a playlist.
Yeah.
Hard playlist too.
Favela.
Bro.
So I went ahead and I was watching Wu-Tang. They have a series out that features Dave East on it too. And as I was watching, I think it was the second season. What's the main character's name? Wow, I look bad, but
The RZA guy.
RZA. So he's in jail, and he caught a case. I think it was like a manslaughter case or something like that. Can't quote me on that, but same thing. His cellie had a caterpillar, and he had it shelled up, and it grows into a butterfly, and he decided to like let it go. And as soon as he lets it go, like it cuts up to the scene where he's in the courtroom, and he gets let go. Charges dropped, all that. So I'm like looking at that. I'm like, bro, this is not this got to be a coincidence that I'm watching this. And then, so I went ahead.
In reality, yeah.
I took a picture of a butterfly. I found the butterfly somewhere, found it, took a picture of it, slapped it on a favela cover.
Oh.
On a playlist cover. So from there, it became his own.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, Favela Forever. So if y'all look at my Apple Music profile, it should be in there. You'll see the butterfly right in there. I think it's the title of the playlist is Favela Forever.
Now, what year was this that you started doing the playlists and all that?
So I was doing DJ mixes at first because I was using the app through the iPhone.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
You record, however much you like, whether 30 minutes or to an hour. But I started that like around 2016, 2017. I was featuring other local people's music in it.
Blended in, yeah. That's tight.
Recording my intros and drops and stuff like that. I even featured I was on a phone call from jail from my boy, and I took a clip of it, recorded it, and put it as an intro to one of my mixes.
That's tight.
So then from there, obviously streaming picked up. So we started doing playlists instead. And same thing, started featuring local people's music, whatever,
Fire.
Sounds dope to me and curates with whatever I'm doing at the time. And
that's dope. And you have a musical background? Like, did you grow up around music? Because you definitely have this way with putting the playlist together. It's very DJ-esque, you know what I'm saying? Where you know what songs go behind each other.
Yeah.
You're listening to the substance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way it just blends in, the fact that he got the clothing line, it just
probably like you're liking like the songs that you like that
Not
moment,
far
right?
from a
Rather than-
promoting, like a
Nice.
promoter being able to promote and drop a whole party with the line and, you know, your playlist playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I think it was just, I mean, since I was a kid, like I used to go to church, so I used to sing in church. I was probably like 4 or 5 singing in church. And then my older brother Lefty, he was big into Jadakiss and all the East Coast rappers and all that stuff.
Facts.
And it was frowned upon by my dad. Like as soon as he heard any type of like hip hop music in the house,
Secular music.
bro, my brother had cassettes, and my stepbrother ended up telling on him.
Oh my god.
And my dad found the cassettes and threw them out, and it was a big deal in the house. Like, it was frowned upon, but we still kept listening to it. I still remember to this day, like listening to "Piggy Bank" by fucking 50 Cent and this little ass radio, 93.7, dropping the new "Piggy Bank," and me and my brother just sitting next to each other, like, yo, this is crazy, bro. Like,
Cassettes,
crazy ass
cassettes.
fire songs. But it started off from there, you know, like.
Fire.
And like you said, like it's just, and like Rem said, like whatever songs attached to me at the time, whether I relate to them or there's something in the song that I really like, you know, like I gravitate towards it, and then from there, I kind of build based off the beat
Facts.
and how it sounds. Like I try to like blend them all together.
And
Which is
if you
hard.
guys haven't had a chance to listen to any of those, you could catch those. They're on Apple Music, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
SoundCloud
that's what I've been listening to.
I was doing Spotify,
Spotify?
but
Spotify, yeah. So are you privy to like all that? Like, so when you, it seems like as when you're dropping it, because you're fresh to this, you don't, you know, we look at it from an artist lens. You know what I'm saying? Where you're dropping it and you're just picking the platform that works for you, or how'd you go about that process? Like, how'd you figure out where you wanted? Okay, I had this playlist. Now I want to drop it. Like, how'd you get to that point?
So when I was doing the mixes, I was using an app through Apple. I always been using Apple. So I was using this DJ Mix app, and I was using Mixcloud at the time. That's what it.
Oh, Mixcloud. Okay.
That's the app.
Yeah.
It's for DJs. They do mixes and drop mixes there. So I remember dropping one time, and it was ranked 24 in the country. And I'm like, bro, what? This is my second fucking mix, like
That's
that I'm
crazy.
doing.
Yeah.
You know, like, and
You got
then
away with it.
from there, it was just easier since I was using Apple to use Apple Music. And then I kind of like wanted to try out Spotify. So I tried out Spotify. So I had a couple playlists on there. And then I just decided not to pay the subscription. Like, I don't want to pay for this.
Facts.
I already pay for Apple Music as it is. So I just kept Apple Music and just went from there.
That's cool how Apple makes it that easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think of the rigorous things that an artist had to go through to put some stuff up. And back then, CD Baby and I mean, they're still around now, but
That was probably the first one online wise.
and I only learned that from Rem and
I knew LimeWire.
RZX.
You ever put music on LimeWire?
LimeWire was
Right before it stopped,
I used LimeWire to pirate.
I threw some.
That's
I threw.
I
threw a
used
few
LimeWire
records
to
on
pirate, bro.
yeah. That's how I used it.
And
as
I
well.
do remember that mixtapes and stuff were put on LimeWire. Muchacho, that was a time that.
Napster
Yeah.
too.
Napster before that, yeah, that was hard. Before they got in the lawsuit, or whatever.
Napster,
Yeah.
that's
I used
right.
to get all the music, and I would burn them onto CDRs. I was somewhat of a playlist myself, shit, but I wouldn't consider myself a DJ or like whatever. I mean, I do playlists now,
Yeah.
but with my own music
Exactly.
or like whatever is just not for any specific project. But going back to CDRs, I used to get like my favorite Birdman, Redman, Method Man, like
Word.
DMX, like all these songs that are popping and put them out, you know what I mean? Before getting actual mixtapes on the bodegas,
That's
which was a
fire.
beauty of that era. You know,
Yeah.
walking through the bodega, the corner
That
store,
was
they had
fire.
some burnt CDs
Word.
of some
That was
of
fire.
D-Block or like Lil Wayne. And those were the days, man.
That's awesome.
Instrumentals, getting some instrumentals and shit.
I still remember when like Lil Wayne dropped it was before No Ceilings, and I think it was The Drought.
The Droughts, one of the
Like-
Droughts or something. Or
Bro,
some
like-
made up.
I'm like, yo, how is
Leak.
this guy using everybody's beat like that? But then I understood like he's doing a mixtape, he's not selling it,
Right.
and getting cash from it. But he could still like if he goes on tour, he
Release
could
it.
still sing these
He can still
songs.
perform it, yeah. 'Cause he's getting paid for the tour and them his performance.
Yeah.
But he recently said he stopped messing around with that type of shit because he can't make no money off of it.
Yeah.
Like now, like he gave up. Like, I'm good with that shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, everybody's pretty much sampling the music in that era, the early 2000s. You're hearing everybody right now, producers, flipping that shit, right?
Yeah.
Sampling. That's pretty much 20 years old at this point.
It's an art
All that early work. Yeah.
to do something like that. Shout out to Metro, bro. Like, he has it down pat.
Yeah,
I feel like,
he got it down pat too. Yeah.
like, bro, his stuff is just. I was just watching the VMAs and I saw his performance there with a couple artists, and it was just crazy.
Yeah, I watched that.
I wanted to ask, like, as far as like, because I know how I go about my creative process, but I want to ask how you guys go about it. Like I said, I get inspiration from things and experiences that I've been through, and they just connect in a certain way that it's like science, bro. Like, they just connect. So I wanted to ask you, and I wanted to ask Rem too, both of you guys. How you guys go
many
about
days, different moods. If you choose to hold on to emotions, but any day it could be different. Sometimes it could be off a pad. Sometimes it could be off a cell phone. Sometimes it could be off of the dome, freestyling. But it's always different. It's how you feel those days, where the creative space is, whatever studio you go to. If you're listening to specific projects prior to that, to go and like, yo, I'm inspired by such and such.
Exactly.
They dropped a banger and I listened to it for a whole 2 weeks. Yeah. I gotta go in and do this type of shit.
It's impossible to not have or to have inspiration if you're not living life and like going out there and mingling and juicing up. Rem's got a Remtionary, by the way. Rem's got a bunch of words that you'll hear very often, but you got to juice up in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And that is at times is very hard in life, bro. Right. You know, we going through different things. We got family, we got things like that, and music is music is like, it's part of my body. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not making music, I get physically sick. Like, I start feeling like down, like like depressed and shit like that. It's my actual outlet. So it gets really hard. People ask this question and it's hard to kind of just explain, because we like breathe and feel music and people hear music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we're creating every day.
I would have to say that my process would definitely have to come from inspiration and love. That's why I went for the name ForLoveOnly. You know what I'm saying? It was big, you know, and flow for short. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to tell people, and then it gets really hard. I get for the love only, this and that, whatever. For love only, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's where most of my like super serious songs and the ones that I feel are have substance come from like my relationship and my love experiences. You know what I'm saying? So I have to live life in that way in order to even get to the music.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I function. Some people aren't egos are too big to admit stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so if things are rocky at home, I might even make the song when I'm in the mood of that.
Yeah.
Or it could be the complete opposite, and months will go by and I'll realize, wow, you know, we've been in a rut. You know what I'm saying? I haven't made shit.
I feel like that, like what you're saying, is what put me in a place where I had to put a pause.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I stopped creating, you know, and I started indulging into stuff that wasn't really fueling that. It was taking me away from seeing people and living life and doing all these things, that to the point that when it got into serious, I even prayed to God. Like, I was like, God, please allow me to be creative one more time. At least one more time.
Yeah.
And I promise you, I will never go back.
And only you know what that feeling is that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? People think, oh, you drop something or you're being creative, no, you know the feeling you're searching for. You know what I'm saying? When you say that. That's tough, bro. Yeah, but yeah, that's my experience. I jump into music, and another thing as far as the physical process of it goes, I've been in a place the last 7 to 10 years where I don't tend to write. I'm in front of the mic, and I make my songs as I'm making the songs.
Yeah, punching.
You know, so it's filling. I'm literally listening to the beat. If I made the beat, I'm making the song as I make the beat. I'm going on a beat, I'm making the song that beat deserves to have.
How long would you say it took you to get to that place? Like to the place where
I've been doing music for 16 years now, probably.
like
Since I was 15, I'm 30 now. So,
I've been doing it 22 and a half.
14 years. 14 years.
Almost 23 years.
so would you say like
I would
couple
say
years or
I would say it's still happening right now, bro. So
What?
like
Learning?
Learning, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Getting to this, like how many years it took to get to the place. It was quite natural for me. Like that's why I had asked like if you had a musical background. I was around music a lot, but what ended up happening was I ran into Rem, and I ran into my brother, and that we just happened to have the knack for music and shit like that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
being
saying?
around people that are kind of like
And
similar.
bro, when I
minds
realized that people could record music, it was just like light bulbs went off, bro.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Cause
That's
I'm like,
fire.
and then I'm like, I can actually make music. They're like, and they were very opening
To
to
your
me.
liking, too.
Yeah, and I just happened to I've been talented about it. So
Yeah.
I wrote little flows, and I was Kid Flow in your
Flow.
area. Yeah,
Yeah,
back then.
So your fucking name stood with you,
413,
right?
yeah. And then I dropped the Kid,
Yeah.
and it was just Flow, and I had to create something with Flow, and it came. I went with ForLoveOnly. I kind of got the runoff of the three,
Check
like
'em
the
out.
3 bounce name. You know what I'm saying? The ForLoveOnly, the Party Next Door. You know the.
Oh, word.
That's kind of how I went with ForLoveOnly. I know it was a trip up, but I'm like, because of the trip up, as far as the word goes, it's unique. Like, someone won't pick ForLoveOnly. I go on Google, some fucking chick has ForLoveOnly.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I
fucking
remember
right. I'm like, yeah, right.
That's
you know what I'm
how-
saying?
That's
You definitely seen me, so that made me feel good.
that's how I feel like about how I got the name brand itself for the streetwear brand. You get me? Like, it was a mixture of liking the language that they spoke, Portuguese,
Right.
or
Yeah. The favela slums.
and then connecting to those people, like,
Right.
and how they live. They find the beauty in what they have and
Right.
what they're born with, literally. Like whether it's, sports, the simple stuff. But as soon as I heard that name, like favela, and I was like, yo, that means the slums. I grew up in the slums. We're still living here. It's, we go through struggles, and a lot of the things that we do come out beautiful even while going through a struggle. So
You have to have this struggle, bro.
You gotta embrace the process.
You
That's
know?
the beauty of life. Going
That's
through the
right.
struggle. We all from the mud. We all from, low poverty living. That mentally wise and just vibrational wise. But we're some geniuses and co-creators.
That's why I say, drop
In
in
our
the
time
middle of
era,
the jungle. I'll show you which way to go.
Designs, clothing, playlists, like managing A&R, all that stuff, like, recording, like writing, performing.
Writing.
and it kind of
Keeping it
what you
going.
go through kind of fits your style in a way.
Yeah,
Like it builds you up,
yeah.
and
Life should toughen you up.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Don't let life.
it shapes your style.
Bro, everything
What
that
you
happens.
wear, how you
Yeah.
present yourself, how
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talk, how you flow
Yeah.
on the mic. What type of music you like.
Yeah.
It all goes hand in hand at the end of the day. So
Definitely.
And that's the key. You want to show who you are, individuality, whether it's content creating, music, fashion designing. You want to show who you are and the walk of life you went through and the style and flavor on a nice shirt, the imagery of the butterfly while you're doing a bid, you know what I mean? To putting it out because it means something, you know what I mean? Like blue strip bennies on the tees, you know what I mean? Keeping it 100, with favela tag. You actually signed that and then had it situated, like part of,
so
that shit hard.
That's
The
hard. Yeah,
way-
that's one of my favorite one, $1 bill.
the
There you
way
go.
so it was $1 bill at first. I was working, and my coworker, like I was pushing the brand in the beginning like really hard, and I was working at the same time. So my coworker, she decided to literally write favela on $1 bill, and then it said 3 God on the bottom.
Shout out to that person. For
real.
sure.
I forgot her name, but she knows who she is, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, shout out
appreciate
to
her
that
for that
person,
because that
for sure.
created You know, like
Look at
these
that. Living life and
images
things happen.
You know, there these images in my head too, like, but it went from there, and then the new $100 bills came out at the time that before I dropped blue bills. So I'm like, I even did a whole photo shoot or a whole lookbook, you could say, for the capsule, the blue bill capsule, in my home at the time, and shot by my iPhone. You know, I did it by myself. I didn't hire no cameraman.
It's the best.
I just did it, winged it, and it came out so perfect, bro. To me, at least, like, I looked at it and I'm like, bro, this is amazing.
That's art.
This is amazing, bro. Like,
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
and then little by little, people are like, yo, like, what you did and what you, like, that shirt is
Keep
dope.
doing it, yo. Do
And it was
again.
a
Yeah.
Gildan shirt, bro. It was literally a Gildan. Like, at the time, I
Shout
didn't
out to
know
all-
about
Yo,
fabrics.
shout out to Gildan and George.
I didn't know about fabrics
Gildan
or
and
none
George from
of that
Walmart.
stuff, bro. Like, I didn't know, so I went with, you know, what I thought was good at the time. So I went with that, and it just built off that. I built off that. There's so many different sketches and stuff like that that I still have that I want to put out, but it all takes time. It's like I was telling you, like, I don't rush into collabs. I don't rush into putting stuff out, and people, oh, yo, you should do stuff for toddlers, and you should do stuff for this. You
It'll
should
come.
do this.
It'll come.
You should. I can't have that could, should, would conversation with nobody.
Yeah.
That
You heard?
Come on, man. No, yo,
Bro,
you should-
please put us out to that. Please, like, I would hear your suggestions, but I'm pretty sure I thought about those suggestions
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you even told me.
Far
I
before.
appreciate them. Don't get me wrong, because that shows
Yeah.
interest that you're showing, you know,
Yeah.
into the brand. But like,
let you cook, and stop trying to interrupt.
Let that
him
boy cook.
let him cook.
Yeah.
Word, like, bro, like, it's all a process too. Like, learning about silk screen and heat press and DTG, you know, prints. And,
What is that? What is that for the people who don't
digital direct to garment. It's what you have on your shirt right now
Yeah,
and what I have on my
exactly.
shirt right now.
Yeah.
So it's not a vinyl and heat press to your shirt. It's more of a computerized machine that
know? Wow.
prints out onto the shirt.
You learn
And
something
it's,
new
like,
every day.
lasered, and it's interesting, bro. Like, I find, bro, it's like
Shout out to Bay.
like I said in the last podcast, I want to build this studio, and I've been imagining this for years now. It's like, I want to build this studio where I have machines and stuff like that I could literally build my own stuff, and I don't have to outsource. But it all takes time, you know, and I understand
It'll
that.
come.
Just like the music, you know. And at first, I was thinking about rapping and, you know, doing all, and shout out to Three Side. He will always be
Facts.
like, yo,
Shout out Three
hop
Side.
on the mic.
Rapping.
Hop on the mic. Like, come on, bro. Hop on the mic. And I'd be like, ah. And I did a couple songs that they never came out, but
What is Spanish
Did
or
we do a
English?
song?
English.
English.
I
We're
think
gonna start
he
one?
had you hop on the song that we were building at the time.
Yeah.
That was the first time I
Yo,
seen you
drop.
rap. That
Drop.
was the first time I seen you rap.
Bro.
Bro, I went like, yo, this dude is not using no
Weirdo.
pen.
I was a weirdo.
Bro,
Like,
not using no pen. All of that. And then you remember
Yelling
when I
at the
did
wall.
your cover? I do covers too, bro.
Yeah, you did. He did one of my EPs, Space of Nothingness.
He did
I
Space
gotta
of
do part two.
Nothingness.
I gotta do part 2.
Yo, check out Space of Nothingness on
covers,
SoundCloud. That was an era. That was a whole time.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
We went through a lot of stuff during those times, bro. I dropped during that time. Falls Back. I had a Falls Back EP. I dropped just after that Short and Sweet, which was Sweet album. You could catch that on SoundCloud too.
Yeah,
Dope.
that's a fire.
Living
Just
room
after
looking
that.
That's like
Yep.
2017.
Yep, because we were staying in
Wait.
South Holyoke.
No, the Sweet album.
No, Space of Nothingness.
Space of Nothingness. That's like
We were in South Holyoke.
I'm like in Springfield.
No?
I'm like in Carew.
Okay,
I
yeah.
had the basement studio
Yeah,
at that,
so-
at
so-
that piece with some
It's
garage
crazy.
band activities.
It's crazy how you could look back to those
That's
times
how it's
based
blocks,
on
yeah.
what you dropped at that
Well,
time.
so there's something that's so super sick. I'm glad we're segueing into this because one thing that Rem always did growing up that was super sick to me is when he made his albums, he'd go like 24 to life, you know, and 25 something.
25
Anytime he hit an age,
Oh,
he
24
called it
karat,
something,
quarter
and
of
he
life.
would live that whole type of lifestyle
yeah.
Yeah.
in that year. Swear to God, like, you know,
I kind of matched that. That's funny because I kind of matched that way, like basketball players and stuff like that. I did that a lot. Like I connected Jordan, Kobe. Like right now, I'm watching this show called Winning Time.
that was I watched Winning
based
Time.
on the Lakers, and 32 is Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson's one of my
I'm
favorite.
about to
It's
be
my favorite
32,
player.
so it's like it's showtime, baby.
Let's go.
It's showtime. I gotta
greatest,
show out.
Let me
I gotta
not.
show
You know
out.
what I'm
Like,
saying?
I'm not gonna dim my
life.
life for nobody, bro. Like I'm here. I mean, I'm here to stay. Like y'all will see everything.
Thank you, Lord.
That's who I owe it to, bro. That's who I owe it to, bro. Like
They definitely will see all else
when you
unfold.
realize that, yeah.
that's who I owe it to, and my family too. Like they played a big part. Like my sister, she was the one I still remember to this day. She was the one that took me out the hole, like that I was in, and was like, "Yo, fix yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Fix yourself. Let's do this." And she
That's
saw.
good. She took
and
an effort, you know
saw
what I'm
a
saying,
lot.
on you.
She saw
That's what's up, bro.
the other side that I was going through, and I'm kind of glad she did in a way
Yeah.
because it kind of shows that human side to me. Because like in my family, I was the golden child, bro. Like I went to college.
Right.
Nobody went to college.
Yeah,
So I was
okay.
like the golden child.
Yeah.
And I didn't have no chip in my armor.
Right.
But little did you know, I got flaws too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it takes them a lot. It took them a little bit to understand. Like at the end of the day, I will have flaws too. Like I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
You know, but little by little, like I will keep showing y'all, and I'll keep providing.
Life shows me those downs. Life goes, bah. You know what I'm saying? And then it will put me back down, and I'll be like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And then all the lessons will start coming to me, like frequencies. Like literally, you know, you could see the lessons coming, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I get it. I got that. You know, I'm not about to try living like that again or try doing that again.
Of course, be aware that you're in preparation, and you know, take note of the things that's happening.
But I love when that happens
to grow,
because we always level up, and that growing feeling is euphoric, bro.
Yeah.
It's like the next thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, my sacrifice the last couple of years was I gave up my apartment. I gave up my nice ass, you know, $56,000 F-150. You know, that was my baby. You know what I'm saying? And I did it to do. It was a financial sacrifice because I wanted to get on my financial literacy grind.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And
Shout
I
out to
started
you for
realizing,
that,
I'm like, wow, no one does this shit. This is so against the grain right now for
it's
what
hard.
for what we're system. You know, we're put to think. You know what I'm saying? Like have all this stuff and this and that. I had everything. I had 2 cars at a time, a nice place. We live in Northampton, you know, which is a nice area in Western Mass. You know, expensive. Make no mistake. Like I'm not acting like anything. I came from. We from the favela. You know what I'm saying?
From the slums.
We from the slums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Holyoke.
and I worked really hard to get where I was at, where I'm at, you know, today. But not to veer off what I'm saying, I had to make sacrifices to go to the next step. But the sacrifice was something so hard for me because I had already gave up my first apartment one time, and I went into my family's house and it was, you think you're gonna be somewhere like for a little bit, bro. Then the 2-3 years pass.
Seasons.
And you're there for 2 Christmases and 3 Christmases, and then you're like, I gotta get it together. Then you get it together, you get the next place, you live there 3 years, and then you realize you want to level up.
You want better, yeah.
You know, you want a little bit better from where you're at, and you're realizing you haven't progressed because of things you were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I was misspending money. I didn't realize saving was so important. Just things that we didn't get taught.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Saving, having emergency funds. You know what I'm saying? Once it will avoid fights in your relationship. You know, things like that. Like, yo, how much do we have? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We're gonna take this percentage every week, and we're gonna put this much into our savings, and we're gonna put, you know, $10 here and $10 here for the girls, and each, you know, every day, you know, every pay, and then I'll put 300 away, and then unfortunately I only have $50 to spend till we get paid again or something. Yeah. You know.
But you got everything you need.
That's such a discipline.
It is.
So and to segue to even what we're talking about, you know, the next thing that'll happen for you too, you know, is everything you manifest, bro. So you know the next thing you want to do. So Like, don't give me no suggestions. Like, it's gonna come when it comes. You still on this
You'll
wave right
even
now,
realize that the suggestion that you gave me probably came to life, you know,
bro.
And you'll be like, yo, I
absolutely.
suggested that to him. Like, I remember, you know, and you'll be like, wow, like,
bro.
just by that, you feel like, you know, I could probably do this
A
too.
little gem, you know what I'm
That
saying?
will inspire you to move into that space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
A little
and,
gem,
and
you know.
that's all I wanted to do, bro. All I wanted to do was inspire others to, at the end of the day, pick a craft, harness it, evolve with it, put it out there, bro. Don't be afraid to do it. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Y'all,
Right.
you know, how much people will show me support, or, you know, I don't have that much support now. So, you know, at the end of the day, cancel all that out. Because at the end of the day, you will feel one of your proudest moments by displaying what you can do in this world and what you can
can't
provide.
seek validation off of others' opinions.
For sure.
Everything is selective. Music is the highest of selectiveness, and I would put fashion right up there with that. Like, you could dress how you dress, I could dress how I dress. I could listen to what I listen to, and you could listen to what you listen to.
What y'all listening to right now?
Myself or my clients.
And you know what's funny? It's crazy he
I'm
said
in the
that.
studio every day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
He's around that world right now. I'm getting back into listening to myself a lot again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was an ego thing too. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all don't find yourselves listening to other stuff though?
I'm listening to other stuff. I listened to other stuff the last couple of years, but it's only really mainstream stuff. Like, I like listening to, like, you know, Free Fucking Thugger. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I like the whole
I should listen to this dude named Tizo Touchdown.
Tizo Touchdown, huh?
I heard
Very
What?
very different, bro.
Aight.
Like I was watching one of his interviews and he was saying, like, he was mixing, like, rock and R&B together.
Fire.
called R and Boom.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I heard this song named Sweet from his album. He has a new album out right now. I've been listening to him.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously, Travis Scott, he's one of my goats. I
Travis
seen that
is
dude,
fire.
bro.
Jack.
I seen that dude days before Rodeo tour, and he featured Young Thug in it.
Yeah.
And it
You
was
went to it?
Yeah, Webster Hall in New York,
Hard, huh?
bro.
One of the best shows you ever went to?
That's all.
Bro, to me it was the best show.
Oh
To me,
my
it was
God, bro.
I seen Jay-Z, I seen Kanye, and Kanye is one of my all-time. Anybody that knows me knows that I vouch for Kanye, and he's one of my favorites. But
Yeah. He could,
I seen the Yeezus
Guilty
tour.
Pleasure, yeah.
The Yeezus tour, bro. I seen the Yeezus tour.
He was
And
screaming?
Huh?
He was screaming?
I was
Or he performing?
like he was. It was like a play at first, and then he played his old shit. But he's wild, bro. He's a wild dude.
He's gonna do
like
what he
his
wants.
stage, bro. Literally, you could see him bouncing, bro. He had a trampoline like at the edge, and then the edge turns into a mountain, and then he had fake snow, bro. When I saw the fake snow, I wilded out, bro. I'm like, yo, is that snow, bro? Is that snow coming down, bro? Like, and then I quickly went to, like, get a drink for me and the person I was with at the time, and I was running back, and I hear, boom, boom. Oh my God, bro! I'm like I'm fully running back. It was at Mohegan I saw him, but days before Rodeo was like major for me, bro. Like,
Dude,
it brings
that's
me back to a
serious
time where I was.
That was
at.
a serious time, bro.
And it's beautiful that music does that. Like, that's what I love about music the
It's
most,
a moment too.
and where I can connect with music, because I could tell you exactly what I'm dropping at the time, as far as for my clothes and my clothing, like what I'm inspired by at the time, what is happening to me at the time. I could tell you literally all based on what albums or
You was listening to at the time?
yeah.
Fire.
Literally, bro. Literally. And I remember I had this conversation with one of my friends. I was like, yo, do you remember when we first listened to Take Care? And we heard it before it came out. And she was like, I don't remember that. And I'm like,
That's
bro, we were in
crazy.
Sao Julio, and you pulled up in your car, bro, and I played because I had it. I was like, yo, play this shit.
I
Front to
listened
back.
to Take Care. I was living in Springdale when Take Care dropped. And then that whole wave was crazy, bro.
Word.
I was on a time I was homeless. Actually, I didn't have an address. I was actually staying at my aunt's house, so I had a roof, but it was very hard to be there. You know what I'm saying? So
You're a nomad.
yeah, I was living that life for.
That's what Kanye calls it.
I was
That's
living
hard,
that
bro.
life for 6 years probably until I got my own place, and that was the most rewarding feeling.
Thanks, Lord.
The little
Yeah.
the little wins, right?
I when
little
I
does we
closed the
get.
door, I remember when I first closed the door. I had nothing in the house with a little cot that my aunt had, an extra one, and I put it in the room, and I closed the door, and I think I stood up till like 3 a.m. I drank. I was sipping on Henny by myself. I put music, and I laid on the ground, and it was just an accomplishment.
It's the little wins, bro.
You know.
Yep.
And
New dimension.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's like a
I
new
became
step.
Mad long way. But fast forward to now, right? So like, you got your clothing, you got your was the Blue Dollar that dropped last?
Blue Bill 2.0.
The Blue Bill
Yeah.
2.0. What do you see? What do you see for yourself in the next 5 years? Like, as a long term like accomplishment for yourself.
I would say one, the studio. Two, being mobile, and by that I having flagship stores, but mobily. Like it could be Northampton.
Sure.
You know, I got friends down in Florida, so I can move down, or not move down there, but travel.
Pull up, yeah.
Figure out a place where I can lease.
Right.
Shout out to, these Chicopee dudes too, and Springfield dudes. They've been doing that for a while.
I know.
Nathan,
yeah.
I believe.
Yo, and collaborations, everything. You know what I'm saying? So spread the we like spreading the knowledge whenever we know
Word.
something. You
Word.
know what I'm saying?
So
So we're always open to
That's
people.
2 and 3. I would say like having collabs with a bigger brand that I could like learn from. Because that's all I want to do. If I could pick up from you or you, that's all I'm trying to do, bro.
Right.
Learn and then build off that, and if I can teach y'all stuff too, and go from there,
Sure.
because we're
Beautiful.
teaching each other. That's all. I guess that's life, teaching each other what you know, and go from there.
You gotta share it. It does nothing to just harbor it. It's quite egotistical to just harbor it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I like sharing.
I
the
learned that the
knowledge.
hard way.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way because a lot of people like kind of shied away from me when I wasn't trying to give up game and stuff like that. But,
Right.
it was a different time too.
It's
Like,
needed though. You can't always just give up everything you know, and you gotta like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah. And
Execute
coming from where we
all
come
right.
from, like we feel like people are gonna take advantage of us in a certain way.
It's funny
you know?
because I would get asked how I did certain things, and it went from me feeling like I didn't want to have to show someone to me actually questioning, do I remember how to do this? I can't even explain to someone, you know what I'm saying, how I make music. And I'm like, how do I make music? I'm like, damn, can I even make music? I got to go try to make music right now. And I go... And I'll go and I'll make some crazy shit.
It's like when you asked me like, oh, what's DTG? I like completely forgot, but then
Bro
I
said,
snapped in. I'm like, okay, I remember this.
DTG.
Like, boom, and, it goes from there. And just, bro, I thankfully that I'm a quick learner. I learn from my mistakes and just building off them.
Facts.
So hopefully within 5 years from now, I'm able to like present this to my daughter, and be
Hard.
like, yo.
Yeah.
I did this, and it was before you, but at the end of the day, now that you're here,
And you didn't give up,
like I got this for you if you ever want it.
Bro, that's
If
awesome. That's my
whatever
favorite
you decide
part.
to do in this life, it doesn't go your way or whatever, don't be disappointed. You always will have other options. That's just the way life goes, we always have other options out
There's so
there.
many options out there. And again, manifestation's a real thing. So you manifest what you want. You know what I'm saying? You go get it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Go straight to it. And humility is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather
Let change hold you back.
I'd rather go on there
That's
and
big.
humiliate myself and say I tried to do it than to say I was too scared to try to do it.
Word.
Because there's nothing worse than regret. You know what I'm saying?
I don't sit
Like,
right with that.
and I don't sit here with that too. I'm very big on if it's for you, it's for you. Everything that happens for a reason too. So like, I'm never like, I wish this didn't happen. I'm like, nah, I'm glad everything's happened that ever happened because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now and have what I have right now.
Where were you guys? So as far as like you asked me that question, right? In 5 years, where you guys see yourself?
So I'll break that up into two things, music wise and then life wise. Life wise, life is music, of course, but right now in the next I'm also a realist. You know what I'm saying? So I realistically realized that things don't happen fast, and I learned that the hard way. You just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't get it, and we're at least some people don't get it. Some people are born into shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. We're not as fortunate. We're blessed actually. Take that
Super
back.
Blessed.
We're blessed actually. Everything happens for us the way it's supposed to. But I see myself life-wise having a house, having everything, like I said, the savings, everything, and then now being in a headspace where I can attack music 100% with a budget. I'm a businessman, like I said, so like I want to attack it with the A&Rs, attack it with, with publicity, with the blogs, with everything, full force with it. And so as I'm doing all this financial grind, I'm also going to be on my fitness wave so that I look how I want to look and presentable. You know what I'm saying? I have my own insecurities. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I got my little pipa in my and I got my shits. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I also am a firm believer on if you got to be marketable. If you're not marketable, then that's just that. You're not marketable. You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's a real thing. And, you could make yourself, listen, you could make yourself marketable. You could, but then you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know
a lot of people paying for it too. Like.
I just don't like for ForLoveOnly what I'm marketing. So I want to shape that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Down to the clothing I'm wearing. So collaborations, essential. Down to my look physically, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna be bald, unless I get the bread to do my, scalp transplant or some shit.
We all trying to do something, bro. I'm trying to do my teeth. I ain't gonna cap. Like,
that's also something. I said, babe,
gotta do my teeth.
The hair's not coming off until I either do my teeth or, that's it. Because then I'll be fine if going bald if my teeth is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got a nice face, you know what I'm saying? But
but your turn, man.
But wait. Music wise, I want that'll be. I think in the next 5 years, I'll cultivate the person that I want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And music's gonna be made no matter what. That happens every day.
That's the easy part.
Yeah, that's the easy. Yeah, it's practice, right? They talk about practice.
Yeah, you said that. That was fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Practice 5 years. Where will I be? What I'm thinking about in 5 years, closer to Christ.
Word.
Hey.
And all else will unfold. I'm happy right now. A 3-month-old, 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, a long relationship, 4.5. My mom is great and alive. R.I.P. to my biological father. He passed away when my son turned 1 week.
Wow.
And my grandma's alive, so beauty of life. 5 years, closer to Christ. However it works. You know what I mean? However it works. Right now, in this stage, in this dimension, I feel grateful. Studio bound, studio realm, stability, 7 years, 4 years at 2 different jobs. You know what I mean? Stability.
This man works.
Father figure
2
forever,
jobs for a long time.
Yeah, working. You need to work. And in all avenues. You know what I mean? You got to get paper in all avenues. You got to provide. Protect the family, protect your loved ones.
Facts.
But provide for your dreams, first and foremost.
Facts. Pay yourself.
The dreams, is the dreams, but you got to put in effort. But I want to be closer to Christ. That's truly it.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Resurrection.
I like that. I like that.
I think about that daily, whether we're CloudLounging, whether I'm, hugging my children, whether I'm taking out the trash, anything. Thinking about that. The inner peace, and then let that display out on earth.
Right.
I talk weird or whatever, but it's more and more as you age, you want to be more with peace. You know what I mean? You want to move in alignment. You want to be aligned, with your higher self.
Your words are impactful, though.
Yeah, you gotta be precise with the verbiage and the words you choose to use.
And I learned that, seeing that first podcast, that was one of those things that I took from it. Like, you choose your words right, like wisely too, And I just wanna once again, thank you guys
Yeah,
for allowing
bro.
me to bless and come here and
For
share
sure.
y'all platform with me. And,
Sure.
you know, for the fans out there that kept the name out there, I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, bro. Like, this is something that will continue to grow because I believe in it and y'all
Facts.
believe in it. And as long as I know I'm believing in it, I could create from there and manifest, like you said, and go from there. But once again, thank you guys, and thank you to my family.
Yeah, and don't fail to show love. Are you dropping any more? So when you drop your stuff, is it editions? Like there's only a certain limited amount? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying?
for now, you
Yeah.
know, like,
And when you
Yeah.
drop, pull up again. You already know when you drop, we continue to converse.
Yeah, bro. We'll talk
dropping-
about that. If we
we're
need to get more
dropping the
shirts, we
black
get more
version
shirts.
of the Blue Bill.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
And it's a short capsule, so 2 shirts, white and then black. I might do other colors, but I want to keep it a capsule. And then I'm aiming for the collection possibly this fall.
Nice.
Hopefully the holiday season, or if not, the beginning
Start
of the year. So
Let's go. All right, bro.
Get right, do right, stay focused. CloudLounge with Rem, ForLoveOnly, Don Busy, 2023, Resurrection Studio. We out.
appreciate that.